27th. I'm out for my morning walk. I hope y'all are all doing wonderful. We got to talk. So, in Texas, they're talking about bringing back reading the Bible in classrooms. Now, yesterday, my colleague Bubs the God went live yesterday to talk about, this everything that's going on with it being Pride Month and then not too long ago, Juneteenth. So it's like we're celebrating all of the months that recognized every marginalized group. So let's talk about what the Texas Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, said yesterday. He said that separation of church and state is not in the Constitution. And that's where I'm here to debunk that lie and say that's a fucking lie. The First Amendment, the Establishment Clause, this states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. This prohibits the government from creating a national religion, endorsing a specific faith, or treating one religion better than the other. Now, Free Exercise Clause. This prevents the government from prohibiting the free exercise thereof. It protects the right of individuals to practice their religion, freely, without government interference or broking. Okay? Also, yesterday, this fool had a state fair with a broken Ferris wheel, melted ice cream, and people were starting to leave. It was small supporters that will support him, even though the train is still running all the way. So the new passport is going to have his face on it in front of the Constitution. That's going to be funded with our hard-earned tax-paying dollars. Now let's talk about the history of white Christian nationalism. Ideologues view American governments through the lens of cosmic battle between good and evil. Now, which can justify anti-democratic tactics, authoritarianism, because that's exactly what this is. This is authoritarianism. To bypass the Constitution, not do what the Constitution says. You got the Supreme Court, the majority 6, taking away temporary protection statuses from Haitian Americans. And you got Amy Coney Barrett, who was sworn in during a pandemic with the help of Mitch McConnell on the Supreme Court. She has 2 Haitian American children. The hypocrisy, but we talked about the white savior complex. Now, their nullification, that conflict with their goals. What is nullification are you talking about, Miss Stevie? Elections. And he's already said that he's not leaving. So let me go over. Weaponization or religious liberty. The ideology is often used to legally justify rolling back protections for women and us in the queer community, using religious liberty as a shield against non-discrimination laws. So what they're doing is they're turning back the clock of all of the progress that we have made in this country. 53% of Project 2025 has been rammed down the American people's throats. And you have Kevin Roberts, who studied African American history and literature, who went on the news and was just bragging about all of the policies that Trump has put in place to harm us, taking away the things that are helping us. Erosion of separation of church and state. The movement actively seeks to bypass the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, pushing for Christian values to dictate the law of the land, which naturally alienates secular citizens and religious minorities. What they want is a white-only country. Whites only. Rich whites only. And that doesn't include you. You 6 missing teeth crumb snatchers. You voted for this overwhelmingly because y'all could not vote for an educated African American woman who was willing to help you. Let's see how great we are. Let's talk about how great we are. National parks fire employees and cut costs so that Trump can install African marble carved in Italy. What about those workers in the factories, those labor workers? What about them? Let's see, what else has he done so far? How great we are. Oh, basically prosecuting women who get life-saving care. That's not possible anymore. Thanks to the Supreme Court Dobbs decision, Roe versus Wade was overturned. We just recently, one of these days, that was the day that it happened. So let me tell y'all a story real quick about a Black woman by the name of Lynn Calloway. So she was 7 weeks pregnant in October 2025. And she was heavily, I can't say it here on YouTube, and experiencing severe abdominal pains. So her gynecologist, and this is in Texas, told her that her hormone levels were high and that they could not offer a DEC or medication because, see, they lock up doctors who offer life-saving care to women. We know that African American women at the highest, there's a high infant mortality rate. We know that Black women suffer the most. Black people suffer the most as it pertains to healthcare in this country. We don't get the best healthcare. They reject us and they turn us around. Republicans refuse to negotiate the Affordable Care Act subsidies. She's now suing them in Texas for that, rightfully so. A lot of women develop sepsis if they're not able to get the life-saving care that they need. We have a close acquaintance. I'm gonna word this now. Who says she doesn't believe in abortion? I know who it is, but pretty soon y'all will find out who it is as well too. I'm just gonna sit back. It's one thing to be Christian and a Black woman, but you cannot be a white woman trapped in a Black woman's body. And what I mean by that is, do y'all see how white women overwhelmingly voted in this election right along with their husbands? And there was literally the writings on the wall, advertisements saying you do not have to vote the way your husband votes. But fair enough, if I can't have my white privilege, I'm gonna make sure that other women can't have their bodily autonomy and rights. So you see what I'm saying? You cannot be oppressed and oppress other people. It's one thing to be Christian and go by the Bible. It's another thing when you're being a hypocrite and when you are weaponizing Christianity to oppress other women. I'm a woman, I'm a girl's girl, but what I would never do is take away another woman's right or vote to take away her right. So y'all see that 92% in my bio on Instagram? That tells you who I voted for. I voted for the pretty Black lady. And I'm always gonna vote for Kamala and ride for her and defend her and Jasmine Crockett. Because they're not the reason why we're in this mess. These are women who actually tried to warn you. See, women with intuition, we can sense when danger is near. Black people overwhelmingly also warned you. We practically begged and pleaded with you. We've been down this road with this man before. And I'll keep iterating and stressing it to y'all that 53% with 320 objectives from the Trump regime complete. I had to correct my colleague Bugs the guy yesterday. He said administration. No, this is not an administration. This is a regime. Start calling Donald Trump and their regime what they are. They are fascists. They are Nazis. They are oligarchs. And they're openly telling you, we're not going to follow the Constitution. No. We're going to rewrite the Constitution. We're going to rip it up and we're going to throw it away. The White House is now for sale. Our house, the people's house, is now for sale. It's Whoopi Goldberg saying that the Knicks players need to go to the White House. The Knicks players are saying, well, we haven't thought about it yet. You don't need to think about it at all. Did you see what they did to Governor Westmore, who is a vet? He didn't invite him. And what did Westmore respond with? That should have been your same response. Some of them are opting to skip out. I wouldn't want to sit with a fascist, especially if you're an athlete. Shaq hugged Orange Pete. We shouldn't be hugging him. We shouldn't be embracing him. We shouldn't be doing nothing. There's nothing that a white supremacist can offer me. There's nothing that they can offer me. We have nothing in common. You hate me based on my existence and the color of my skin. Your policies implemented are meant to harm Black people. So no. But see, I always had this same conversation with Deshaun. And he says, why does some Black celebrities jump on the Trump chain? Shout outs to my colleague, Conscious TV. My amazing colleague, my husband, Conscious, said it best. Some celebrities will vote according to their tax bracket. And that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. And to Officer Tatum, I seen the whole the clip of Gary Chambers Jr. and surprisingly, Stephen A. Smith checking you about